Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
All right, so this is episode number 264, and in honor of Memorial Day, I wore my
very good,
my American flag kiss T-shirt.
For a T-shirt to
actually, I just wore. Actually, it was just the one on the top of the stack, but hey, whatever. Anyway, so
the intro kind of explains what's going on today, right?
Yeah, it's kind of been a cluster since I don't know about 2.
Surprise, bitches!
Yeah, surprise. So our guest that's on next week, one of us thought he was on tonight.
Yeah.
And that would be or Alan.
And that would be the guy that actually worked with the guy to be on the show next week. So next week, when you tune in, you'll hear Scotty Chapman from the Garden of Eden. But as of right now, you're going to hear the three of us dipshits talking about stuff.
Making up shit.
making stuff up on the fly, because that's what we're going to do.
The title of this episode should be The Dipshits in the Shit Show.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah, that was not the plan, but
we have some neat things to talk about, though.
We do. We have some kind of crazy stuff to talk about. We have, yeah.
Where do we want to start?
Well, first, I want to say thank you to people like Brian Harris, Dennis Cathy, Mike Gay.
Dennis Cathy. How about David Cathy?
I call him every time I say something about him on the show. I call him Dennis. David Cathy. I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
I
David.
Insulted you,
David. You know what? I would only talk to Alan. I mean, to Dennis and I from now on. I would not talk to Alan anymore. That's what I would do. He doesn't know your name. I don't even know his name. So there you go.
And Bill Elam and Jerry C on our YouTube channel, because those guys watch our show or listen to our show religiously every week.
It's
they
like going to church
every week.
And when it doesn't show up,
get somebody who's a wordy wordsmith like Bill Elam. And I wish we had time to send the show to him before it went out so that he could watch the show and come up with better show descriptions. Because when he shares them, they're usually some pretty funny. His commentary is pretty funny, and it's dead on.
I try, but I'm not very good at it.
So we didn't actually. You're actually our only wordsmith. So I just kind of throw some shit out there, and then you kind of fix it up, and then Alan throws some shit on there, and ta-da!
Well, I just delete it when you say dumb shit. So no, I'm just kidding. That's not true. You did last week. You did last week's. It was really, or last time it was really good. Not last week's. Last week's was great. You did a really good job on last week.
Yeah, last week we weren't there. And that's why all these guys are like going, where the hell's the show at? They're all, we're already at 8:00 in the morning getting like shit. It's like, where's the show? And it's like, we don't have one.
Not even out of bed yet. God damn it.
No, David Cathy just commented on my status on Facebook. So you know what he's probably doing? He can't hear this, but he's probably like, are you bastards talking about me? That's so funny.
They figured out a way to how to like cut into this program, and as we're recording it, they're getting that's Chinese links.
That's so funny.
So, all right. Music news related. BJ Thomas passed away a couple of days ago.
I saw that.
That was a staple at my house. My mom was a huge man. I'm telling you, on the stack of records, it was BJ Thomas, Mac Davis.
Right.
It's hard to be humble.
Right. Helen Reddy.
The one I got the other day, like, the bread album.
Bread. Yeah. Barbara Streisand. I mean, it's like, it was, they were.
How old was he? Did it say how old?
He's got to be old, man.
I mean, he's got to be up there.
70. He was 78, I believe.
That's it. Oh, I would have thought mid 80s. Wow.
And we also lost Gavin Mcleod at age 80. The commander of the Love Boat.
I actually just mentioned him the other night, the day before he died. I mentioned it.
It's your
on
fault,
my radio show.
Fucker.
You killed because I played
Gavin
Mcleod.
No, I played the thing and I said that everybody who is expecting Gavin Mcleod or Mr. Captain Steubing, sorry, but you got Captain Dennis instead. And then the next day he dies.
It's like, wow. So did you do something?
I feel responsible.
Take his spot? Is that?
I feel responsible.
What's wrong with you? Do you feel responsible for that? You should.
I feel bad. I like that show. That was my staple. That was my 8:00 Saturday night show.
That was everybody's 8:00 Saturday night show.
And then Fantasy Island was after that. So what was on before that? Do you remember?
Hee Haw.
No,
I think it probably was.
No, Hee Haw was. Hee Haw was
on Saturday nights.
It was somewhere in that.
That was a syndicated show. Period. It was never a network show.
What?
Yeah. It was in syndication. And then people picked it up. So we always got it like at 5:00 on a Saturday after evening or something like that. That's when it came on. It was always early. But, anyway,
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't have a thing from that back then. So here I got something. So I just read today, or was it today or yesterday? Blah, blah, blah. Let me find it here real quick. So Gene, mentioned here a while back that he was going to leave California. He put his mansion up for sale for was it 26 million, 25 million.
Yeah, he's lowered the price now.
He's dropped it down to 20 million.
20 mil.
Originally, he was going to go up to Washington State, wasn't it, to do something? Well, now he has picked up a 6-bed, 8-bath palace in Henderson, Nevada, which is right outside of Las Vegas. It's an 11,000 square foot of living space, distinctly modern features like a floating pathway entrance and a koi pond and floor to ceiling glass walls. Okay, here's my theory on that. You know why he's moving to Las Vegas or close to Las Vegas?
Cheaper. No, you're thinking residency.
There's not going to be a long enough residency for that.
No. I'm not. Here's my theory on that.
Why'd you ask us what we thought if you really don't give a shit?
Because you're all assuming that I'm thinking you're all wrong. So here's my I'm going to go in.
They do a residency just so I can say fuck you.
I'm going into Kreskin mode here. Okay, so here we go. Here's what I think. I think that they're going to finish up this end of the road tour. How it's so screwed up now as far as where they're going to end up doing and how long they're going to do it, and they just can't do it for that much longer. I mean, it just can't. They just can't.
They haven't been doing it for a year and a half. For a year,
I know, but Gene and Paul are not getting any younger. Paul's tapes are they're kept really nice and clean and filed away all right. But anyway, I think what's going to happen is Gene's moving to Vegas because he knows that Kiss 2.0 is going to be working at some point after the show. I think at some point he wants to be close to Vegas because he'll take over as in like drop dock, and basically he's going to take over Kiss 2.0 and use it as a residency at Vegas. You're right on that, but not with them. It's going to be he's going to do a whole thing, probably do some kind of like a Star Search bullshit.
You hit your head on whenever you were out there. A wrench fell off the tractor and busted your skull.
When I wrecked that tractor, it all came to me.
Well, it was like were you sniffing fumes or what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm telling you. But
I hope you're right. That would be very cool.
I think that this is kind of a plan. Either way, putting him in Vegas, other than going to Washington State, puts him nearer toward the entertainment industry, and he'll do something in Vegas, and it'll be Kiss related. That's just my guess, but I think the 2.0 stuff will be working its magic out there at some point. If it's
nobody's going to want to see that. The problem with it's going to be is nobody after the age of 50, before the age of 50 is going to want to see that. They're not going to go to Vegas to see that. That's the problem.
You know what? They watched Liberace up at that point, but the old people that came watched it. He's going to do this for the old people.
We might go to that.
We'll go.
It won't last very long because there's not going to be anybody behind it to go.
Well, that's okay.
Vegas always has people coming in. Yeah, running into the ground.
It will run into the ground.
You got to remember those venues out in Vegas. Those are only a couple thousand seat. Showrooms.
You've obviously never been because they're not a couple thousand seats there.
No, the bigger ones are, but he could do this at a smaller at a smaller casino. I went to see Absence, and it was in a tent outside of.
Well, it's a circus, dude. I don't
and
know.
That's the biggest show, and it's a small. I mean, there was 200 people
it's a
there.
Circus.
It was 200 people there, so that's it.
That was the intent.
But anyway, that's just my thought. I think that's why he's going to go to Vegas instead of right outside of Vegas, than going to Washington State for that reason.
A Broadway show.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be something like that. That's just my thought. I mean.
Even if it only lasts a couple of years, it's still something cool.
You got to remember he's 70-something years old. He's gonna milk Kiss till the day he's put in the ground. I mean, somehow or some way, he will milk that brand that he's built. He's
going to milk a Kiss Cirque du Soleil show. To be perfectly honest,
and you know what? You may see
that would be cool.
Then a Kiss people made up that aren't even anybody that was ever in the band. Bullshit.
What I'm saying is you're going to see something in Vegas.
Well, I agree
a show of some sort, but I'm thinking a Kiss 2.0. Really think.
Well, I'm thinking Kiss Broadway style.
And that could be like the Rock of Ages type thing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it was going to be, I'm just saying Kiss 2.0 as in it's going to be something musically Kiss related, but on stage, but who knows what it's going to be.
Well, the Kiss 2.0 thing you said with that, what I remember about that was it was them continuing on with just different people.
Right.
That's not. I don't think that's going to happen.
I still think that might be tried. It might be tried.
Yeah,
like an official tribute band. I don't know.
And you know what? If it happens, great. And
I'll go see it.
Yeah,
once.
The real question is, will they change up the set list?
No. Well, that would be the only way we're going to get a new set list is we get new people in. She's like, well, that's only songs I know how to teach you guys. Sorry. That's oh, Jesus. And here's Paul.
You know how to change up the set list with Kiss, right? Is you need Ryan, Jeremy, and Phil to play with Paul.
That would be cool.
That's the problem. They haven't played with Paul to get Paul to show them.
Yeah, but Paul can't sing.
Paul, you can do something else. Well, it didn't. And Paul wouldn't necessarily have to sing.
So why even have him there? Too. Then just have those three playing with another. Don't
actually. I did.
Make them Kiss.
I know. We could call them Blonder Than Hell.
Yeah, just have them do the Kiss show. I tell you what, when we saw that down there in Nashville, that was to me was as thrilling as any Kiss show that I've ever seen. To be honest, I thought it was well done. We heard songs that we hadn't heard in years, and they were done very well.
And their stage antics were funny.
The tongue-in-cheek stage antics were just fucking hilarious. I mean, that kind of the Spinal Tappy Kiss bullshit. I loved it, and I missed that. And of course, since they got close to Gene and now stuff, they can't really do that anymore. But it's sad because I loved that, and I'm glad we got to see it when we did. Because
absolutely,
that was the last one.
I don't know if you've seen just the three of them in a thing, but it's pretty tongue in cheek. They're telling stories and they're ragging on. They're not ragging and being nasty, but they're telling.
What a segue.
So segue. Ta-da. What'd you do this week, Bill?
Okay, so I have been to 5 live events since, I don't know, March. Yeah, March. I've seen these guys called the Three Beards, which are these guys from here in Columbus, 3 times. I've seen the Talismen twice. So far, I've been to 5 shows and seen 2 people or 2 groups, which is kind of strange. Anyway, we went to see them we went to see Ryan, Jeremy, and Philip in a actually, it's a barbecue restaurant in Richmond, Indiana. It's a really cool old building. It used to be a firehouse called Firehouse Barbecue. Makes sense. But there's a record label called Gnr record label or something that did blues and stuff like that. There was a lot of memorabilia up on the walls, and they had stories about it. And there were like Ron Wood played for that label and some other people. And it was really cool. It had some neat stuff. But I went to see those guys. They did like a 75-minute set or whatever, and it was cool. The place wasn't very big. They said it didn't sell out, but they're just funny. They're funny. I mean, it was pretty funny. They were telling Alan, you'll be glad to know they told a story when they were in Fort Wayne. and the guy had bought Gene Simmons' bass, and Gene signed it, and it was because it was really warm that night. The ink wasn't drying, so Gene told him that they put hairspray on the bass. It would take care of it, and it would stick there. They sprayed it with hairspray and watched the ink run down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
and then Ryan, I'm sitting there, and Ryan goes, and Gene was giving out cookies. Hey, did he give you cookies? He was pointing at me. He offered his cookies. He offered his cake. We had all kinds of stuff.
What they end up doing? Did they end up? How'd they fix that? Did he?
I don't know. But he was talking about Gene Bond, going on this thing, and then
right.
he did a little Gene's impression of if you take this and put this, it didn't work at all, and they're all sitting watching it. But it was funny. So they told really funny anecdote things like that. Something a bit cool about that. So that's the first time I saw them. They played 30 Days in the Hole.
Right.
That's on Ace's solo record too. And that's a Humble Pie song. And I'm not really that familiar with Humble Pie, but I downloaded Strokin', which is the Smokin'. I downloaded Smokin'.
You didn't do Strokin'. Oh, it was Strokin'.
Smokin', which is the Humble Pie record that's on. It was funny when I was listening to it at the gym. I'm like, I hope I don't screw up and I talk about this and I say Strokin'. There you go.
Did.
Anyway, my face is red. I can feel it. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Anyway, so I listened to it today because that's on there. It's a really good record. Right. I was very impressed. So I'm gonna have to download some other stuff. But anyway, so they played that. They played a song off the Hair of the Dog record, 5 to 9.
Right.
Played that song. They played
great album.
Then they played like Baby Driver.
Wow.
And they played
Hooligan.
Hooligan. They started to do 18 in Life, got partly through that because they saw one of the guys that was standing there watching them looked like Rachel Bolan, and they're like, dude, that's Rachel Bolan. And they started giving this guy, and this just went in this little the swerve, and
right.
So they tried to play that. They tried to play Monkey Business, and they got to the actual words when it started, and then Ryan goes, shit, I got nothing. He's like, no, I'm saying a monkey, no.
It has happened to all of us.
Oh yeah, so it was funny. I mean, it was a good show, and they're nice guys. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's good. And you mentioned that Strokin' song, or when you said something. When I was in Memphis, I went and saw. We were there on Beale Street, and there was this older club, and it had like all the windows were open and doors and shit. And we kind of walked in. It was in
they were boarded shut.
No. It was in like late afternoon. We were getting ready to go see him. We actually were going to go eat, and we were going to go to see Amos Lee. But this is kind of like in about 4:00 in the afternoon. We're having a beer outside, and there's this older bunch of black guys in there playing blues and shit. And they start talking about that. They start singing that Strokin' song, dude. It was like a 10-15 minute fucking ordeal, but we sit there and we laughed our asses off.
Yeah, what is that guy's name?
Stroking to the west.
Oh yeah.
Stroking.
Huh? Clarence Carter. Yeah.
Because they were talking about, they had this long story about, the bass player, his wife left him, took all of his money. Had this whole story.
Well, the only reason that I know who that is long before the digital days, I was DJing events somewhere.
And that song is everywhere.
They wanted that song, and I couldn't find it on CD anywhere, and had to drag out a damn tape deck because Laura had it on cassette. So I had to drag a damn tape deck out from my stereo to this stupid event for that one fucking song.
Because that was what was it? Was 70s or 80s on that song?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. I know, but it was funny to hear that down there. When you said it made me think about being in Memphis. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I wish I could have went and seen that show. It was. I was hoping because actually Ryan got in contact with me. They were trying to find a gig on the way up through Evansville, and I guess none of those ever worked out or anything.
You should have came because it was actually Saturday night. Did you know that?
I know, but it was on the weekend of holiday weekend, and we had stuff going on all weekend.
Okay.
And just
I thought it was Friday night. I'm telling you, I am off. I'm off.
Right.
I've had all kinds of issues this past week. I thought it was Friday.
I knew it was Saturday, but
yeah. Ryan had posted something, and I said, "Oh, we'll see you guys on Friday," and then Phil posted below it and said, "Do you mean Saturday?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, I mean, for you, it was what? How many hours? 2-hour drive?
Hour and a half.
So see, for me, it'd been 4.5-hour drive, basically. You know, it's a long way up for me. You know, it's you're almost to Ohio on 70, right? Is it right off?
Yeah, close. Yeah.
So
it's another like 30 miles or so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard for me.
But you're close. So speaking of that, and people doing live shows, Vince Neil did a live show.
God, let's talk about
past
that
weekend. Oh my God!
Do you mean he started to do a live show?
No, he did 14 songs.
He did 14 songs.
Oh, did he?
Oh, well, he did 13. He did 13 and a line.
Let me put it this way. The impression that I got from the video that I saw posted, somebody made it sound like he came out, started the show with that song. As soon as he started to sing, he's like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
No. He'd already done.
Well, if he'd already done the whole show, but had lost his voice at the end.
Pretty well.
Well, as much as Vince Neil's going to lose his voice. But I'll cut the guy some slack if it was at the end of the show and not at the beginning.
Yeah, if you watch the link. Yeah, if you watch the link, it shows like an early song and then a middle song, and he starts singing and then he just stops. So he doesn't really.
Yeah, it was during Girls.
Yeah, but it didn't.
What I did enjoy watching that video is the band was on. They were on fire. The backing vocals.
Girls,
yeah.
You know, I was like, man, those dudes are tight. Come on, Vince, just stand there. Let one of those guys sing.
And actually, during Livewire, the bass player sang most of the song, and then Vince came in and sang some of the chorus.
Well,
I'm telling you, though. Well, the problem is he's had a year to get ready for this upcoming, world stadium tour, and I'm telling you what, he ain't lost a dime. Number one, in weight, and number two, he hasn't been doing any work on his voice because it's fucking horrible.
I cannot. Dude,
they're tuned down so much, it's ridiculous. Those guys are struggling to play these songs because their strings are like. Blah, blah, blah. They're just like.
Motley Crue, doom metal style.
I'm telling you, it's tuned down so much, it's just insane. And it's like, God damn it, you've had nothing to do but at least work. Fucking go to the gym, walk, do something. I mean, you're rich enough. You do. I mean, you can't go to the gym, but you gotta you probably got a gym in your house. I mean, it's right. Sure, he never goes there, but
he has clothes hanging on it, right? Like everybody else. But they're bigger clothes.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything. And like I said, there's no way he's going to be able to do a stadium tour.
I've been saying for a while since it got canceled. I don't think that tour will happen.
And being what we saw this weekend, I
just don't think it will. I mean, I think it. I mean, the whole thing. I think it will fall apart because one band's going to end up leaving. I think it's just going to fall apart.
Nobody's going to buy tickets to that shit.
That people bought tickets. I mean,
I'm saying the people. I know tickets are already bought, but nobody's going to.
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather go see Paul Stanley struggle than and at least give it a shot and sound bad than see that. That's just. I mean, it's not even. He was reading the lyrics off the lyric sheet that's on the ground and couldn't even read the lyrics
off Helter Skelter, which is that. I mean, how?
No, off all. Actually, if you look. If you
I did watch the
videos,
Skelter, right?
If you watch the videos, he's looking. He goes over there and looks down in that same spot.
Are you
all
serious?
The time? Oh, he read all of it. Yeah.
Maybe somebody dropped a donut down there. Maybe he was looking at.
God damn it!
There were M&Ms down there, man.
As soon as this song's over and a break, I'm going to grab that donut.
But I can snort that M&M up here.
Oh Lord. I hate to be like that with a guy, but he's such an easy target because he hasn't done anything to even help.
Big target.
Yeah, he's a huge target.
Now here's something funny. Speaking of Motley Crue, I saw a reference to the Home Sweet Home video. It starts out, they're like, I'm on my way, dude. That was also on the Motley Crue Uncensored that came out in like 1986.
Right.
And I hadn't seen it. I used to have that on VHS, but someone stole it.
Right.
But I found it on.
Oh, was it Dennis?
I found it on. I didn't know Dennis yet, so you get a pass this time.
All right.
But I found it on YouTube, but I couldn't watch it till I logged in because of explicit content. I forgot how many times they showed titties on that show.
Wow.
But man, what a great flashback that was.
Man, I'm kidding.
Funny.
Oh, and speaking of new videos, Fozzie did a video in our hometown amusement park here, actually kind of out my hometown, almost in Santa Claus, Indiana, Holiday World. Actually, I saw earlier this week that he went up there and they got on the Voyage, which is one of the longest wooden. Well, actually, it's a hyper coaster because it's our hybrid coaster. It's part steel, part wood.
Shit. No kidding.
Well, I am. It's my favorite roller coaster in the world right now. So,
what is
the Voyage?
The Voyage.
Oh
that that roller coaster?
That will tear you up, dude.
Okay,
it's good. Anyway,
I don't want to ride it because.
So anyway, he said he had wrote it 6 times to get this video done. He said I was done. He goes, I'm done. and I know because like I said, we wrote it about 3 times the last time. I had such a headache. After the third time, I'm like, I can't do this no more.
It beats you around.
It
like
beats you like a dog, dude. I mean, it's a massive ride. The thing is, once you get halfway done, you think, oh my God, thank God we're going back to the station. And then that's when the fucking shit opens up. There's no big hills. It's just fucking I mean, it's just there's points where you can't get a breath. You actually have to sit there and try to breathe. It's like it's hard to do. And then my fat ass is all fucking crammed down in his seat in that bar, and I'm like, just getting my ass beat. And the last time I did, me and Max are in there, so we're 2 big guys sitting there just beating each other up the whole way through. But anyway, I did watch the video. It is on if you look on there on Chris Jericho or the Fozzie, whatever, just run a search. What is the name of the song? It's called is it Scream? Sane, sorry.
Well, the first time I saw it, I caught it at a glance, and I thought he was singing about Shane. I'm like,
well, but anyway, it's kind of cool. And he threw a guitar, and the guitarist threw the guitar off the top of the hill. I wonder where that landed. I'm sure they had somebody down there probably
trample
put it in net or something.
Bullet.
Well, there's just woods down there, and when that thing goes, it goes back into the woods. But anyway,
speaking of the song "Sane," it is a fresh cut this week on A to Z Radio.
There you go.
And
it's a good song. I like.
You can check it out at atozradio.net.
To be honest, I've never really listened to Fozzie or except for if it's on the radio on atozradio.net. Check it out. But anyway, Captain Dennis on Thursday nights at 7:00.
This is the shameless plug segment of the show.
Well, Bill Algie is supposed to have a show on there, but he's a fucking slacker.
So anyway, but just pull up Fozzie or Chris Jericho and the song "Sane" and watch it. It's really cool. They're all sitting he's sitting in the front seat, and I guess the guitar player's next. And if you look, they're all sitting in there. There's a lot of dark in that. It goes into some tunnels and stuff, but they worked it out pretty good where you can see it most of the time. And it's a good video.
What's been funny is when you see them go into the tunnel all in one seat and they come out the other.
Yeah, and they're different seats. Well, they did it 6 times. They could have done that. That would have been funny.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe he did it the way. I mean, it looks like he's singing it, whenever. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be tough because you're just getting the hell beat out of you. I mean, he's moving all over the place.
No, I was impressed. Yeah. Like I said, I know that coaster very well. I've rode it a ton of times. But anyway, so check that out. And then also just for real quick, that's at Holiday World. And it's at Santa Claus, Indiana, and they got a lot of great roller coasters. Actually, they got the Raven, Legend's okay, but the Voyage is great. The Thunderbird is fucking awesome.
The Thunderbird is badass, man.
It is badass.
We took my nephews several years ago.
Yeah,
and I think it was the first year that they had the Thunderbird.
It's a hanging, or no, it's a launched.
It's
side by side launch. Yeah.
But
awesome.
There was hardly any crowd at Holiday World when we went.
Right.
Because we went like early in the year in the middle of the week.
Right.
Yeah. And me and my nephew must have rode that thing 15 times. Didn't have
it's
to get
fucking
off.
awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Smoothest roller coaster I've ever been on in my life.
It is. And it'll fuck you up. It turns you every which way but loose.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've been there for a while.
Oh, you should go. All right. For not having anything to talk about, we've been doing pretty good.
I got more stuff, man.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Keep going.
Well, I was just going to talk about. You want to do you can talk about our shitty Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or are we going to?
I was going to bring that up.
Well, Alan, I want you if you got it. If you got it,
I was just going to ask you. What Dennis said he wanted to talk about it earlier.
I pulled up these are the people that are actually the ballots are in and tallied. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees this year are. We've talked about this before, but we didn't go into detail. Foo Fighters,
Boo.
the Go-Go's,
yay,
Jay-Z,
boo,
Carole King, yay,
yay,
Todd Rundgren, yay, and Tina Turner,
yay.
For me, that's only one bad one. I mean, Jay-Z does not need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I think every one of the other ones are very fitting to be in there. There's also Clarence Avant is giving the Ahmet Ergurgen Award. I can't say it.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
So we also he doesn't know is given an award named after somebody he doesn't
and we should
know.
And actually and we should have gave that award this year to, of course, who should have got it?
Alan Tate.
No.
Bill Algie.
What manager should have got that? Who we've been trying to get in for a while. Come on. Bill Coyne. God damn it.
Oh, into the Rock and Roll. Oh, okay.
So anyway, musical excellence awards given to artists and musicians, songwriters, and producers who originally and influenced creative music have had a dramatic impact on music. Billy Preston, I agree with that. Randy Rhoads, I agree with that. And LL Cool J, I don't agree with that. Sorry.
You just hate rap. You're a rap hater.
I do. Early Influence Award given to performance artist group within blah, blah, helped influence. Kraftwerk, Gil Scott Heron and Charlie Patton. No ideas.
Charlie Patton was it was Charlie Peacock. He was a blues guy.
Okay. He had a big tail.
We're a bunch of fucking idiots.
No. I was just thinking about Charlie Peacock. I don't know.
So anyway, as far as the inductees this year, the six.
He said Peacock.
The six actual bands who got in, I agree with 5 of the 6. And I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I'm surprised that Tina. Well, Tina's already been in with, I'm sure, with Ike and Tina.
I don't know.
Carole King. I'm surprised Carole King hadn't been in before now, because she's not only is she a great, song or a singer, songwriter, but she wrote a bunch of shit for everybody. Go-Go's, I think that was a good one. Foo, but that was going to happen. I mean, hell,
are the Go-Go's rock and roll?
Yes, they are. I would think they are.
Well, they started out as a punk band, and then
they're punk.
Turned into a punk pop band.
They're a punk pop band.
Is Carole King rock and roll?
Carol's wrote some "Let the Earth Move Under Her Feet." Carol.
I'm just.
Don't be a dick.
I'm just stirring shit up.
Todd Rundgren is.
Yes, he is.
And then
Todd Rundgren is talented enough that he can be pop or rock.
That's correct.
He fronted the Cars here in their last tour. So there you go.
Who? What?
No, he fronted the new Cars.
The new Cars, but he sounded really good though.
Like from the Cars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they have to be a lot better than whenever I saw them. It was horrible.
Before Rick Ocasek came back to the band,
right?
They had the surviving members of the Cars and Todd Rundgren, and they called themselves the New Cars.
The New Cars.
Oh, I missed that part because I saw.
I've seen it.
That's been probably 20 years ago. It's a long time ago.
It's been not that long ago, but anyway.
Let me put it this way: they had a MySpace page.
All right. Well, okay.
It's been that long ago.
Maybe I just heard of it. So anyway,
maybe.
But anyway, it'll be interesting. I like to see, of course, Foo. I like to see them play. Go-Go's be good to see them play. Carole King, I like to see her play. All these people like it. Tina Turner. She doesn't live in the States anymore.
She's lived in Switzerland for years.
In Switzerland, she's completely. She's just like said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." And
she went away. She went away. She just like gone.
Yeah, she just gone.
Checked out. Did the last show and
she goes, you know what? Ike's buried in the fucking earth on America, and I ain't touching that soil. Fuck it.
Ain't no more money over here for me. I'm leaving.
I
wonder how much she's worth. She's probably worth still.
She has to be. You gotta think about her. Think about her career though.
Well, it's either Deutschmarks or dollars.
Well, Ike took all of her money the first time around.
Well, she made more the second time.
But I'm saying she's had and then
you fuckers suck.
Why?
Because I just threw out a great private dancer.
Oh, did you? I
missed y'all both fucking missed it.
We did. Well, go ahead.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh,
I said Deutsche Marks or dollars, but neither one is correct because she lives in Switzerland now.
There you
I think
go.
That's all euros.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got that at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it either.
Some Tina Turner fans, you bastards are.
But I mean, between, whenever she had that comeback, and then of course with, being in Mad Max, playing she was actually, an actress in the movie, Thunderdome, and then wrote the song for the damn thing. I'm sure she made more money off that those two things right there.
Did she write the song or did she just sing it?
I don't know.
Because her very first single was not. She didn't write it.
Maybe, I don't know.
And that was one of her biggest hits.
I'm sure Tina's worth some money now.
Her net worth is between 250 to 270 million.
That's it.
That's when I read that. I was like, that's it. I would have thought it'd been a lot more than that.
That's quite a bit. That's $250 million. That's not bad money.
I'm just telling you. I thought it was
going to be out of the poorhouse for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. But anyway, it'll be interesting. I don't know. When is that coming up? Is that February, or when is that when they do the actual play? I know everything's messed up now. Everything's been COVID's been jacked everything up.
I don't know.
I'll have to see when that, because usually they did it in February and then showed it in the spring. As far as
I never pay attention, so I don't.
I know you don't. So anyway,
Paul Stanley's worth $200 million. It says.
At one time, I heard Gene was worth $800 million, but I don't know.
That might, yeah.
Anyway,
he
what
probably
else
said
you got,
that.
Bill?
Yeah, what else? You say you got some stuff.
I don't. Do you guys like Three Doors Down? I like Three Doors Down. I don't know if you guys like them. Probably not, because every time I like somebody, you guys don't like them.
No, I've actually seen them in concert. So
yeah, so they're coming to Indy when we're at the Rockin' Pod.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, because I wanted to see them and I never can see them. Every time they're around it or something.
I've seen them. They opened for somebody here in Evansville, and I don't remember
them
who it was.
and
who else are they with? Because that would be they usually
Seether together, but Three Doors Down's headlining. So, and it's like a 25th anniversary of one of the second record, I think.
I wonder would they have toured with Daltrey?
Could have
something like that, because
yes,
that's where I think that's where I've seen them at one point, but I don't remember where it was at. I don't.
You guys do recall us having Chris Henderson on the show, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, we did. That's right. I remember.
Sure. Yeah. Sure, we did. I remember everything we've done in the last 5 years.
Well, and in everybody's defense, that was like 4 years ago.
It was a day or so ago.
Honestly, I don't remember every guest we've had on here.
You know what? I'm going to have to go
back. I went back and looked at it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. Just went back and scrolled through and wrote stuff down. Yeah, I did. So that, and then they announced the Gnr Tour.
I saw that.
But the good part about the Gnr Tour,
I'm looking for
in my opinion, is the best part of the Gnr Tour will be the opening band. And so I'm not going to pay that kind of money to go see Wolfie. I have to wait till he's like doing something else, but it is mammoth. So
Bill, I'm going to tell you right now.
I don't care. I do not want to.
I know what you think and I know what you say, but I'm telling you, I had that same fucking thing when I went and seen them in Nashville. And I tell you what, I was
to watch Axl Rose.
I was super impressed.
No,
I was super impressed, dude. I'm telling you, I was not bored the whole night. I thought if they start playing
now, there are some of their songs, those long epic, Use Your Illusion and
I tell you what,
Chinese
democracy.
Right, Chinese democracy.
I saw Axl and his version of Guns N' Roses do those that 1 year at Rocklahoma.
Right.
I just don't like Axl Rose.
That, but they also played for like 2.5 hours.
Well, and the problem is within with you got Slash and you got Richard. Was it Richard Fortus? Is that right? Is that how they say his last name?
No idea.
Anyway, the other guitar player now.
That sounds right.
They are both, and I tell you what, Richard is as good or better as Slash, and they just sit all night, and every song has extended little solos and stuff in it. So but you know what? I did enjoy it. So like I said, don't count them out, Bill, because I'd like to see Mammoth too. And I don't know. If you get an opportunity and the tickets aren't too damn expensive, get them.
Because they're a football really stadium.
Good. I know. And I went to Nashville, went to Titan Stadium and sat way back. And it was great. Fucking big screens. They had the 2-layered sound. We were in, behind the second set of speakers. Fucking was perfect, dude. It was a good night. Kelly even was really impressed.
If the seats are so cheap that
I don't think I paid a lot.
They're gonna be really cheap.
Because they had Chris Stapleton opened up for him when I saw him.
I would go see Chris Stapleton.
And it was a good show too. It was good.
Mm-hmm. But I have no desire to see. I just don't have any desire to see them. And it's an Axl Rose thing for me because I know I like Slash. I like I just can't know.
Guess what happened to me this morning on the way to work?
I bet you didn't tear up your lawnmower.
No, I fixed it today actually, and it's running really good now. I had to skip a song. I had to turn the station. I was on the way to work. Fucking Man in the Box came on. Alice in Chains, and I was like,
I like Man in the Box.
Well, when you played it every fucking gig for 8 years, I can't stand to listen to it. I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't find the fucking thing fast enough. I'd rather listen to Silence, than I would listen to that fucking song.
Silence?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to play. I'm gonna have to that reminded me this morning. I'm gonna get it ready for next week. Maybe we need to do a
Yank It or Crank It.
Yank It or Crank It. I gotta do a new one.
It's only been like 3 years since we've done
my God, we haven't done one of those in
so we're gonna do
5 years.
And we're gonna do it with Scotty. We'll get him involved in it too. We'll see what the young people think. And
might want to warn him.
Oh no, we're gonna throw it on him.
Tell him we'll just get him. Hey, don't worry, we're gonna play Yank It or Crank It. Don't worry, it's perfect.
He's like, what? I don't do that on camera. It's not good. It's not been good for some people lately.
I'm going to form myself.
We should call it the Dave Ellefson special.
No, it's called Fappa Death.
Oh Lord!
I think that's a good place to shut this.
That would be good.
You
know what? For not having a guest, we did almost 40.
Done time.
That's good. No, that was good. Get this shit off our chest.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and Mike,
and David, and Brian,
and Dennis,
and Bill, our few listeners.
Anyway, visit us on agesofrock.com. Check out our social media links and past episodes. And until next time, peace out, bitches. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.